What's a thing everybody does but no one admits? Fart in public. I was at Home Depot a few months back and I was walking down an aisle and another dude was walking down that same aisle towards me. When he realized I would be walking where he just was, his exact words were, "I about just crapped my pants right over there, maybe give it a minute before you head that way." I've never been so appreciative towards a complete stranger. That's real looking out for your fellow man right there. We've all been out and unknowingly walked through someone else's fart. Or had someone else walk through ours. Trying to fart carefully so that it doesn't make too loud of a sound. Unless you're alone. Then I'm trying to recreate a sonic boom. Making up fake scenarios in our head. I have literally cried over scenarios that weren't real. When you go into an aisle in the grocery store and you see someone in front of the object you're looking for, so you pretend you're getting something else all while hovering near them waiting for them to leave that area so you can get said object. Incoming call. First thought, oh, why in the heck is this person calling me? Answer, hey George. So glad you called. I'm sure Terry's actually a term for this, but the thing you do when you're upset or hurt and then attribute it to something that feels more respectable to be upset about. Like instead of crying because you're mad that someone forgot your birthday, spirals into the long history of wrongs that person has made. Because it's embarrassing to say that you just wanted to be a special boy for a day. I don't know if we all do it, but open a card and pretend not to see cash fall out while reading the card. Haha. Gotta hit M with the I'll write a card. Let's see what it says. Procrastination. Convincing yourself in your head that everyone around you is doing things perfectly and at full efficiency and expect the same of the people around them. No? Just me? I feel like I'm a moron that is just hiding my uselessness very well. Assume you are above average intelligence. I usually assume I'm either the most galaxy-brained human to have ever lived or a complete dumbass. It really depends on the day and on what I'm doing. Look up words that people use because we don't know the meaning even though we pretend to when they are talking. Scratching your crotch. Making up conversations in my head before something important. Like I will say this and then the response from other person might be this. Sometimes it can go for 10 to 15 minutes before I snap back to reality. Especially arguments. I can have both sides of an argument with someone all by myself in my own head. It is not the picking of the nose that separates us, but what comes after. My dad, 2015. A. Eat it. B. Put it in a tissue. C. Stick it to nearest hidden surface. D. Flick and let universe decide its fate. Winning fake arguments in your head. Hey, it's better than losing a fake argument in your head. Intrusive thoughts that make us question whether we're secretly psychopaths. Make snap judgments about people based on their appearance. This could be anything from race, gender, age, clothing, hairstyle, facial appearance, etc. We make these judgments before we have time to think about it. It's almost instant. None of us like to talk about this because some of these judgments are controversial. Picking your nose and finding that root boog that feels like it's attached to the base of the brain. One of the best feelings in the world. Thinking about embarrassing moments. I will find myself having flashbacks to stupid, from primary school like 2 decades ago and reliving that. Like, bro, you're probably the only person who even remembers, let it go. Judge other people. Tell small lies. Particularly to make us and others feel better. Recently I had to insist that my wife knocks loudly and waits before opening my son's bedroom door. I really had to explain why FFS. I know he's constantly, but he would be mortified if anyone knew, especially his parents. Read messages from the notification bar then pretending you didn't see the message only much later. I occasionally turn off my Wi-Fi and data, read the message, close the app and then turn data/Wi-Fi back on. It seems to work. Fantasize about doing something/someone you shouldn't. Reading comments/texts multiple times after sending/posting them. Just to let the fact that you're a modern day Shakespeare settle in. The amount of time I spend looking at my own posts/messages and pretend that I'm an outsider looking in is embarrassing. Deliberately delay responses to text messages and emails, even though it would be convenient to reply. Panic clean before guests come over to then apologize for the mess. Until you start having no panic, then you stop cleaning, it follows that you stop apologizing for the mess. And finally you stop having visits. Daydreaming about childish stuff. No, when you ask what I'm thinking and I say nothing when you saw me zone out, I wasn't literally thinking of nothing. For that minute I was a race car driver or an astronaut. Yes, I've made plans in my head on how I would go about trying to weigh my own head or how much I'd like to just wail in that crying baby's face to see how it would react. No, I'm not going to say that when you ask me to my face, I'll lie and say nothing of importance or hit rewind till the last vaguely important plot point to say I was thinking about to save face. Kids hide their profanity from adults, and adults hide their profanity from kids. Because both sides must maintain the illusion that the other side doesn't know that they know profanity. Complain about others speeding and saying they are going too fast for no reason but giving ourselves a pass because what we are late for is really important. Also, everyone is a terrible driver except me. Smell our own body odor. Talking to ourselves. Well, where else am I going to get expert advice? Picking your nose. Take shites. It's something the vast majority of us do at least once a day, and could not be more natural, yet it's so taboo. I know people who almost, themselves at school avoiding being known as the person who used the toilet for what toilets are for. Once a day? Must be freaking nice. Coming up with the perfect comeback in your head long after the other person left. Look at the bowl after we. It's actually pretty important to at least glance at it. You might notice parasites, blood, pale, etc. You can spot unhealthy feces just from looking at it, and trust me, if you have something wrong with it's best to find out sooner rather than later. Have a full conversation with your pet. I can't be the only one. Lying about watching a video or seeing a meme someone sent you by text because you can't be bothered at the moment. We think that we are special. Nose picking. Pimple popping. The list is actually a rather large one. Have anxiety after social events. Was I weird? Did they like me? Did I look well enough? We all do this. Your friends don't hate you. They are just as worried about you hating them as you are of them. A healthy person doesn't sit and think about how much they hate a person they either just saw or met. Your real friends won't care about the things you think they hate you for, acting weird, saying something awkwardly, secondhand embarrassment. Just breathe. You are loved, even if it's just by yourself. You are loved. Get enraged at the things a bully did 40 years ago. Hey, thanks for subscribing and liking. It really means a lot to me. While you are here, feel free to hop on over to the last video. See you there. Ronnie.